Hi, I'm Hannah, and I'm answering your questions. And I got a question from Vicky. And she said her 6-year-old son, yes, nothing can go into 13. It's a prime number. Okay, so anyway, Vicky says that her 6-year-old son hates school. He might be going into prime numbers. I don't know. Anyway, said that he abhors it. He hates going to school. He thinks his teacher's terrible. It's just a horrible experience for her son. So, of course, it's making her miserable, too. So, anyway, Vicky, this is a huge question, okay? And I'll try to give you a short answer to a huge problem. But thought I'd do it in a song. Actually, I don't know a lick of piano because I never learned how to play. There's a reason for that. My parents tried and tried and tried to teach me piano. I took lessons, everything, nothing clicked. So, you know, we're all geared differently. And we all have different abilities, different talents, and different types of intelligence. And this is really hard for a child who, you know, the type of setting they're in may not be the best way that they're learning. So first of all, look at how they're learning. Maybe there's a way you can take some of those things that your child's supposed to be learning at school and make them a little more interesting at home. Maybe some games to play or whatever. I found, you know, some of my kids, that's why I homeschool, by the way, so that I can have more control over their learning and how best, you know, they encode information. Some of my kids do great with games. Some of them are avid readers. Some of them are very kinesthetic learners. They have to move things around and experiment. So your son may just have a different learning style that isn't fitting into his school setting very well. So maybe you can do some things at home that help him along with that. Also, what he may be learning. That's a huge thing too, because we forget that the purpose of school is to be more competent adults. And we get caught up in this grading system. And that's, you know, there's good and bad to that, but I don't sweat the grades. I would rather my child fail something and learn rather than make straight A's and not have a lick of sense going out of school. So, for example, I did horribly at math. I basically had to take remedial math. But I managed my money a lot more effectively than most moms I know. So take what they're learning and realize, you know, don't stress about it, because in a real world setting, he may do extraordinarily well with the skills that he's learning right now. So don't sweat it. Don't sweat the grades, because just make sure the learning's taking place. And you may want to do that by eliminating all the time wasters that are available in the house, video games, television, all that kind of stuff. Eliminate those kind of things so that there's more room for your child to do real growing with things like great books or real tools that he can practice some of his passions, some things he loves to do. Okay, I tried to make that a little condensed, but I want to remind you of one more thing, and it's a verse in Colossians 3:12, I think it is. What is that verse? Anyway, it's in Colossians 3. Maybe you can tell me. It says, do not provoke or irritate or fret your children. Do not be hard on them or harass them. Now, this is the Amplified Version. Lest they become discouraged and sullen and morose and feel inferior and frustrated. And I think that's what your child's feeling right now. And also, in parentheses there, it says, do not break their spirit. And I think every child has a natural learning spirit. So instead of breaking that with the pressure of learning, encourage it by seeing where his talents are and what really lights his fire and what are his passions, and start gearing him toward that way. And now my kids are trying to learn, so I'm going to go help them, and I hope I've helped you, Vicky, and any other moms who are dealing with kids who are having a hard time in school. And I'm Hannah. Make sure you send me your questions to askhannah@hannahkeeley.com, and I will talk with you later.